nuclear weapon. You'll have two mission
How are we doing
objectives.
here?
First, you're to rescue
We are good?
Chief Donald Anderson.
Oh, well, yes, it does appear that we are good.
Arms tech
Then it's time to
penetrate.
share this.
Both are being held as hostages.
Ah, yes.
Secondly,
Perfect.
you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability.
I've been looking forward to this all weekend.
And stop them if they do.
Okay.
What's the insertion method?
Think
Approach the disposal facility by sub.
that I'm gonna try doing a couple VR missions before jumping into this thing proper. Hey, Carl, what's up?
Dispose of it. From there on, you'll have to swim.
Yeah, I got your message. I got your message. And I hope that whatever you got going on tonight is going to be a lot of fun. Actually, I hope that the plans are fun in the first place. I actually don't know what it is that you were referring to exactly, but hopefully it all goes very well. Oh wait, actually, hold on. Okay, no, here we go. Read mission log. No, we're good. What's up, Ray? How are ya? Wow, that picked us up right here, didn't it? Okay. Okay. I do love the music. I noticed that OBS ended up resetting my brightness settings and all that, so I'm hoping... They just changed it back to what I thought it was, and I'm hoping it's still pretty visible. Because it was a bit of a pain to get the balance right before the last stream, so... Hoping that it's... Yeah, that seems about right. Yeah, okay. In any event, the stream looks brighter than the actual screen I'm playing on, so... That's about right. You changed in life. Wait, what do you mean you changed in life? Hoo-ha. Oh, that's right! You can't lean around corners like the second game. Here we go. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. What's up, Otacon?
Snake, I did it!
You got past security?
Bingo!
Great. So what do you got?
I accessed the confidential Metal Gear file.
So what about the PAL override system that Baker talked about?
I haven't found it yet.
That's what I need to know.
But Snake, I found something else.
What?
The secret behind the new nuclear weapon. Just as I thought, the nuclear warhead is designed to be fired from the railgun like a projectile. It doesn't use fuel, so it isn't considered a missile. That way it can get around all sorts of international treaties.
Pretty sneaky.
Yes, but effective. And that's not even the scariest thing about this weapon.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
It's a stealth weapon.
You mean it won't show up on radar?
Yeah. The truth is, they've been working on a stealth missile since the late 70s.
Why weren't they able to develop one until now?
Because of the missile rocket propulsion system, it would be picked up by enemy satellites.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
But unlike a missile, the railgun doesn't burn any propellant, so it can't be detected by any current ballistic missile detection systems.
An invisible nuclear warhead.
Totally impossible to intercept. And on top of that, it's got a surface-piercing warhead designed to penetrate hardened underground bases.
Yeah, we learned that lesson in the Gulf War.
This thing could mean the end of the world.
It's the ultimate weapon. And from a political point of view, it avoids the problem of nuclear reduction and nuclear inspections. Colonel, is this true? Are you listening?
I'm listening.
If word of this got out, it could delay the signing of the START 3 treaty and cause a huge international incident.
Yeah, it would be nasty. The United States would be denounced by the UN. It could even bring the president down.
Did you know this, Colonel?
I'm sorry.
You've changed, Colonel.
I won't make any excuses.
Snake, listen to me. This new nuclear weapon, it's never actually been tested, only simulated.
You mean they ran a computer model?
Yeah, That's why they were conducting this exercise. They needed to get actual experimental data to back up the simulation.
What were the results of the exercise?
It looks like it went better than they hoped for, but I can't find the data anywhere on this.
No, Ocelot took it from me.
The terrorists have replaced the dummy warhead with a real warhead. Once they input the detonation codes, they should be ready to launch.
So you think they can do it?
Well, the dummy warhead was designed to be identical to the real thing, so I think so.
Did you find out how to override it yet?
Not yet. It must be in a separate file. Right now I'm looking through all of Baker's personal files.
We're counting on you.
Hey, Word789. No, I know about the push to talk. I had disabled my mic during the dialogue scene. That way I wasn't going to talk over the codec conversation. Just got out of Mass Effect Andromeda, then rushed to the stream and you were notified. Oh, nice. Well, thank you for being here. While the damn OBS got disconnected, Snake was saying that he ended up getting a copy of the launch data from Baker. That he has the only copy of the test data for Metal Gear Rex. Which I take to mean that the railgun has already... Oh, shit. The railgun has already fired a false warhead. Damn. That's weird. I thought there was nobody up here yet. Guess there's a guy right there. Even the codec top bit, you never knew what it meant. Oh, really? PTT on the codec means push to talk. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually. I never thought about that. Alright. The fact that they jammed the radar here has gotten me killed on more than one occasion.
What was that noise?
That was your mother, sir. Oh boy. Is he gonna... Okay, good. He's not gonna look under the box, is he? Shit. I was really trying to kill that dude. Didn't let me lock on fast enough, though. Damn it! Let's try again. Let's wait for him to show up. Where the fuck is he? What? Did he leave? Oh, there he fucking is. Oh, for crying out loud. Alright. Is he gonna come looking at me now? Come on, buddy.
Mr. Bugs.
There we go. Stealth. It's still sneaky if you leave no living witnesses.
Snake.
Did you find it?
No, I haven't found out about the override system yet, but I found Baker's ulterior motive.
He's just looking to get rich, isn't he?
Well, that's part of it. Armstech is in much worse financial trouble than I thought.
I know they lost their bid to make the next generation fighter jet. That plus the reduction in SDI spending.
It looks like there was even some talk of a hostile takeover.
Everything was riding on this project, I guess.
And it looks like we were paying a lot of bribe money to the DARPA chief.
Bribe money, huh?
Yeah, and Baker was a big proponent of the nuclear deterrent theory.
I see. So anyway, what about the override?
Just give me a little bit longer.
Here we go. Yeah, PTT sounds about right for push to talk. Alright. Let's walk right up to the cockpit. Can't do anything here. Can I see? Yeah. Looks like we can see somebody in that room. Where's the scope? I want to get the scope out. Who am I looking at here? Is it the top of Liquid's head? Who am I fucking looking at? I think that's Ocelot. Really near the end of Resident Evil 4, you hate a bit that the most bottle caps are just boring monsters. Could have been the villains or other Resident Evil characters. Gotcha. Let's see. GTA 3 is getting more toxic because of the comps, and you beat GTA 3 again. GTA 3 is getting more toxic? What do you mean by that? Or like it's just getting harder because more cops show up in game? Cutscene time.
Okay, I've entered the PAL codes and disengaged the safety device. We can launch anytime.
There's still no response from Washington. It looks like we'll have to show them that we mean business.
Should I set it for Cherniton, Russia?
No, there's been a change. The new target is Lopnor, China.
Why, boss?
I'm sure neither you nor Mr. Golukovich would really like to see a nuclear bomb dropped on your motherland, right?
Liquid. But why? There's nothing there.
Wrong. It's a nuclear test site.
A nuclear test site?
If we nuke a major population center, the game's over. But a nuclear explosion at a test site can still be concealed from the public. Meanwhile, Washington will be worried about the retaliatory strike from China.
That'll probably mean top-secret talks between both countries' leaders.
Of course. And in the process, the President will be forced to divulge the existence of a new and highly destabilizing nuclear weapon to the Chinese. What do you think that will do to the US's reputation? Or the President's?
And with the CTBT, that means that China and India. I see.
Yes. When the other countries hear about this new weapon, they'll all want to contact us. Washington won't be very happy when we start selling their own system to the highest bidders. Yes. The President will break. He will give in to our demands.
Big Boss's DNA and $1 billion.
$1 billion? That money will be used to cure our genome so...
Fuck! I'm really getting tired of this shit happening. This was happening last time I streamed this, too. I'm gonna go get a Kleenex. I think I'm gonna have to clean the disc. I know. I could skip the cutscene and it would work, because that's tended to work in the past, but I would rather let the damn thing play. So I'm gonna go get a Kleenex. I'll be right back. Hold up. Well, first let me see if I get any different result just by popping the disc back in. It's driving me crazy. I don't think it's just the PlayStation. The disc is kind of old. It does read better on my PS3, but, you know, the save file that I'm on is not on a PS3, so I kind of screwed myself there because of my obsession with running original hardware. Fuck. Be right back. Ah. Grr. Grr. Rar. super exciting disc wiping action. Okay, center out every fucking time. This is what I get. I did this to myself, folks.
Soldiers as well.
There we go.
Also including the Fox-die vaccine.
Oh, thank God.
Fox-die. It killed Octopus and the Armstech president. So it's true that it affects older people first. Mantis might not have been affected because he wore a mask.
Wolf wasn't infected either. Perhaps due to those tranquilizers she always took.
Something to do with the adrenaline level in the blood. Or maybe it's just because this fox dye was... still experimental, and they haven't worked out all the bugs yet.
In any case, have you heard from your friend, Colonel Sergei Golukovich, at the Spetsnaz?
He still has doubts about the ability of Metal Gear. He said we can talk after Metal Gear's test launch is successful.
Christ, Jesus, this is bad.
He's a...
Give me a second. I was just saying, there goes Metal Gear Solid predicting the future again, talking about a virus that you can prevent the spread of by wearing a mask, and it tends to affect older people worse. It's like, yep. And then we get the second game predicting the rise of social media, as well as AIs that end up sifting through all of the information that you publish on the internet and filtering it so that certain information is prioritized and given more exposure than others. It's just like, whole series is a hotbed for this kind of stuff. Must be some dust inside the case where it spins and everything as well. Yeah, I did clean out the inside of the disc tray again next time. Before going live today. But yeah, disc 2 was not looking very good. The CD, I have a feeling that it's really the condition of the disc itself that is the biggest culprit here. Because after the last stream, I tested out a few different games, and I wasn't getting the same kinds of problems. So I think pretty soon I'll have to replace my physical copy of Metal Gear Solid. Because this copy has been through hell and back. Damn. Like, yeah, it would play back better on a PS2 or on the 60 gig PS3, but ultimately the issue still is the disc. And if it's this bad, because this is here, I can show you what the disc looks like. It looks like something that someone has been using over and over again for decades. You can see some pretty big scratches and smudges all over the place, and it's just, you know, just the result of having had this for such a long time. The discs that work better on this PlayStation are the ones that don't look like that. Like, I streamed Power Slave on this thing, and it was fine. Ah.
There's nothing to worry about.
Oof.
Colonel
Oh my god.
wants Metal Gear.
If I buff the disc, I might be able to get a few more years out of it. That holds the pitted surface. Exactly. Exactly. Fuck.
And a new
Oh god.
nuclear weapon so bad he can
Unbelievable.
taste.
Should I just skip the cutscene and just spare us this? God damn. I was really hoping to I don't know. I think the reason I didn't expect this to be such an issue when I started the other day was because of how well the Power Slave stream went. You know? I just had no reason to think that it was going to be that bad because these other games had been working so well, so I assumed, oh, it can't be the PlayStation, I won't have any problems, and it's not the PlayStation. The last time I played this copy of the game, it was fine, but I also played this copy of the game on a system that had a much stronger laser. Something that wasn't as old. Fuck! It's like I only buy it a few seconds at a time.
Wants to regain its position as a military superpower. They need to reinforce their nuclear arsenal.
He almost got through a whole sentence there.
That can't be intercepted. Metal Gear.
Holy shit! Come on!
First strike capability over the rest of the world.
Their regular army is in shambles, and they think they can restore their country's military power with nuclear weapons? Galukovich.
That's a good question. I don't know why.
He's a politician.
But he's the one who gave us the Hind and most of our other heavy firepower.
He's got over 1,000 soldiers under his command. If we join forces, we could put up quite a resistance here. Since Mantis died, the genome soldiers' brainwashing has started to wear off. I'm worried about the men's morale. An alliance with the Russians would boost that as well.
What do you say?
We're not going anywhere. We're going to dig in here.
We could still escape.
We've got the most powerful weapon ever made, and we're about to ally with Galukovich's forces.
Are you going to fight the whole world?
And what's wrong with that? We can launch a nuclear warhead at any target on this planet. A nuclear warhead invisible to radar. And on top of that, this base is full of spare nuclear warheads. Once we get the DNA and the money, the world will be ours.
What about your promise to Colonel Galukovich?
I have no interest in the revival of Mother Russia.
You're not thinking of reviving Big Boss's dream.
From today, call this place Outer Heaven.
Big Boss's dream. But boss, you're not worried about the PAL being overridden. If the code is entered again, it'll be deactivated.
No need to worry. The DARPA chief and the Arms Tech president are both dead.
Does Snake know how the override system works?
You interrogated him, don't you know?
He didn't have any keys on him.
Good. Then no one can stop Metal Gear now.
By the way, what should we do with that woman? Want me to kill her?
Let her live. She's Campbell's niece, and Snake cares for her. We'll keep her as our ace in the hole.
Meryl, she's alive.
Snake, I found Baker's top secret files.
Great job.
How's it going there?
They've finished inputting the PAL codes. So how do we deactivate them?
Okay, you see the override system that the President was talking about? It can also be used to input the detonation codes. You see, if you insert the keys when the warhead is active, you deactivate it. And if you insert them when it's inactive, it becomes activated. And you can only use the keys once.
Only once, huh?
Yeah, you better get started. We don't have much time.
But it takes 3 keys, right? I've only got 1 of them.
Hold on a minute. You see, that's the trick. You already have all 3 keys.
What are you talking about?
The card key is made of a shape memory alloy.
Shape memory alloy?
Yes. It's a material that changes shape at different temperatures. The key is made out of it.
This card key?
Yeah. The card key changes shape at different temperatures.
So this key is actually 3 keys in 1. Clever.
Can you see the input terminals in the center of the control room?
I see them.
Those 3 laptop terminals are for the emergency input. There should be a symbol on each screen. Each symbol corresponds to a different key. Input the keys in order from left to right. The left one's for the room temperature key. See the symbol? Next to that goes the low temperature key. The one on the right is the high temperature key.
Okay, I got it. First, I change the shape of the card, and then I input them in order, right?
That's right. All you do is insert the card keys. After you insert the key into the module, a hard disk reads the information contained on it. Once you've finished with all 3 terminals, the code input process is complete. But here's the thing. You can only use the key 3 times. It's an emergency system. It's only meant to be used once.
The world is riding on that key, Snake.
Who's that?
Damn! The key fell in the drainage ditch.
Snake, this is bulletproof glass. There's no way in. I'll enjoy watching you die.
Snake, you've got to get that key.
Oh man, getting through that cutscene with the disc in this poor condition was rough. Okay. Yeah, it's been giving me issues like both streams. Like, I'm really lucky that this is not one of those games that crashes when the disc doesn't load quickly. But it's definitely been a consistent problem, you know, during parts 1 and 2 of this stream. Being able to take the disc out and actually clean it mid-cutscene is a help, but... and Daniel White, you were saying you were wondering why it does it during cutscenes and not during level loads. I think we've gotten a little bit lucky there. Because my theory with that is that the audio that it's loading... it probably streams directly from the disc because it is too much information to try to load into memory at once. But the textures are all really, really low. So textures and level geometry, those are going to be much smaller file sizes than, like, lines of dialogue. So I think it basically just does come down to it's streaming it directly from the disc. and everything else that it does for levels is small enough that it doesn't have to do that. Because I'm hearing the disc moving constantly during cutscenes, but I'm not hearing it move at all right now. Yeah, I don't hear the disc moving at all right now, and the game is running. Let's see, let's call Mei Ling. Yeah, see, I call Mei Ling and it reads...
You called Snake?
Yeah.
War, he sung, is toil and trouble. Honor but an empty bubble. What about you, Snake?
Yeah.
Is your honor just an empty bubble too?
Okay, gotta find that key in the drainage ditch. Let's go. Being hyped for the remaster, you forgot to watch Scarface 1983 today. Oh my gosh. I've only seen that movie once. I actually have it on Laserdisc. I've also seen here's the thing. I've also seen the original Scarface. The one produced by Howard Hughes and I think directed by Howard Hawks. Actually, I don't know if Carl's still here, but I've been thinking about watching that one again, and I still need to watch the Howard Hawks original version of The Thing, because that's been on my mind really ever since the Thing stream. Yeah! No, dude, this game is fantastic. I really wish my disc was in better condition, but, I wish it was in better condition because it's one of my favorite games. And the reason the disc is in such poor condition is because this is one of my favorite games. This disc has seen a lot of use over the years. Alright. Oh yeah, I was gonna call and get advice on how to find that key that just dropped.
Find that key. It fell somewhere in that drainage ditch. Use your mine detector.
This is interesting.
Mine detector.
Yes, the mine detector works just like a metal detector. The position of the card key should show up on your radar screen.
Yeah. It's true. What they don't tell you here is that this drainage ditch will fucking hurt you. Because it's radioactive. Bought your copy from a friend back in high school for $20, and he even threw in a strategy guide. You're right, you did buy that from a friend. Nice!
Find that key. It fell somewhere in that drainage ditch. Use your mine detector.
Let's see who else has advice. One of these is funny, I think.
You lost the key? Hurry up and find it. They've already entered the detonation code. The only way to stop that launch is to lock the system by re-inputting the detonation codes. If you use the mine detector, you should be able to find the key, even if it fell into the drainage ditch. Whatever you do, find that key.
Okay. Let's see. Mine detector. You are still here. I still have not watched The Thing yet. I'm sorry. Fuck, it's a bomb! Why is there a bomb here? One of these days, though, I will get around to watching it. One of these days very soon, actually. I almost did it the other day, but something came up. Fuck! Missed the comment? Oh, I was talking about, somebody mentioned, the 1983... It was Daniel mentioned the 1983 Scarface. And so I mentioned, that I've seen that, and I've seen the black and white Scarface that was Oh, I found the PAL key, okay. That was produced by Howard Hughes and directed by Howard Hawks. Oh, shit. Hold on. I really need to, like, get out of the radioactive water here. There we go. Also, that one camera is pissing me off. It's just over there, so fucking smug and alive. Let's destroy it. Fuck that camera. Goodbye. Am I able to crawl in there? No. Okay. Sorry, sometimes when you play this game, the key will actually get eaten by a rat, and then you have to hunt down and kill the rat and take the key off the corpse. Which version of the thing? So I've seen the John Carpenter version of the thing. I still need to... I still am going to finish the game. Because I figured out how to get unstuck from where I was. Well, I say figured out. I looked up a guide that revealed to me how to get unstuck from where I was stuck. Yeah, I've seen the John Carpenter thing, but not the original Howard Hawks version. Do they have something in common? Yeah, basically the whole plot. Except that the 1932 Scarface doesn't really deal with narcotics. That one is more alcohol and stuff like that. Also, he's not called Tony Montana. He's called Tony Camonte. He's Italian. In some ways, I actually find the 1932 Scarface more disturbing than the 80s one. The 80s one is clearly, like, bloodier, but the weird thing is, I wouldn't say that it's actually more violent. Like, the weird thing about the 1932 Scarface movie is that just about as many people fucking die in that movie. It is a really violent movie. And it is way more violent than I expect from movies of that era. Because this was, like, immediately before the, I guess, the Hays Code. It was one of those movies that was sort of a provoking force that led to, you know, the content of movies being regulated. What's up, Alex? The original stinks? No, it does not. Heading out for a while. Have a great game and stream. All right, Carl. I will see you later. You have a good one. I do not buy that. I haven't seen the original, but I do not buy that it could stink. Even if the 80s movie is closer to the source material, which is something I'll have to take your word on. Oh, shit. Oh, it's a dude. Was a dude. But, you know. I mean, we were talking about Scarface, then The Thing. It's a dude in a gray suit bumbling around. Right. But, I mean, like, you gotta understand, that's like saying that the Horta is just a guy underneath a blanket that looks like a meatball. Like, okay. I'm fine with that considering the era in which it was made. Like, before a certain point, I kind of expect most science fiction movies to be like guys bumbling around in suits. I ended up watching Dark Star a few weeks ago, which was like John Carpenter's first feature movie, and there's a monster in the movie that's just a fucking beach ball. But still, there's a really great chase that kind of reminds me of like a comedic version of everything that went on with the Xenomorph in the original Alien. part of the horror of the thing is that it can replicate and weaponize anything. I mean, if that's a part of the original story, that's cool. I am still very curious to watch the movie. I'm kind of forgiving of things that deviate from source material, because I usually look at that as, like, that was probably done for one reason or another. Use more mobile as a note. More. I mean, I'm still gonna watch it though. And part of the reason is I'm really interested in Howard Hawks. Let's see. And the other end of it is, if Carpenter himself liked that movie enough to, like, refer to it in Halloween, and then straight up remake the movie in his own way, then there's gotta be something worthwhile about it. There's just gotta be. Because the special effects were not up to snuff and people really would not be cool with what the book describes happening on screen in the 50s. Yeah, all of that makes sense as to why, like, it's different. I am not expecting it to be better than the 80s movie. I am expecting it to not stink. Just ain't flying in 1950. Yeah, that's fair. But see, I'm not going to judge the movie for what it isn't. If I judged all horror movies for not being the thing, then I wouldn't enjoy horror movies. Don't just be contrarian. That's the thing. I have a feeling. I have a feeling that there's something worthwhile in the movie. What's up, Pat? Stinks is subjective. Oh boy, it's a good thing I'm doing this thing that is definitely not going to be a problem later.
Okay, that takes care of PAL code number 1. Now, PAL number 2. Freeze the key.
If you can go, I enjoyed this and this, but would not compare it to XYZ horror movie, is it really that good? Dude, you're talking about movies made in completely different eras. Like, I don't even know how you could go into a movie that is so different from something that is so much later on and, like, not kind of adjust your expectations to the time period. Like, I'm not saying that as a personal criticism. I'm saying that that's just an unconscious habit that I think I would have watching a movie that is that much older than the one I'm familiar with. Like, I'm trying to think of another point of comparison. Whoops. Oh, crap. For the time, it was even kind of brutal, but it's not anything you would be able to recommend to anyone outside of ancient horror fans. Yeah, but, you know, I've got kind of... My taste tends to include things that are really, really old. One of my favorite movies that could be described as a horror film is the Lon Chaney Phantom of the Opera. But if you try to judge it by modern standards, it gets really, you know, kind of strange. Like, you know, you start to think of it like, exactly what is so scary about this Phantom. He's just an ugly dude. And he doesn't, like... And if you really stop and think about it, even if you look at Lon Chaney's makeup, he doesn't even look deformed exactly. He's just kind of like fuck ugly. That's it. He doesn't look, you know, he doesn't look like there's anything really, at least not at first glance, really all that wrong with him. He's got eyes. Yeah, his nose looks kind of sunken in, but it just looks like he's got big old nostrils, like. And he's got dark circles under his eyes. He just looks like a guy with really bad teeth who hasn't slept in weeks. But see, like... And even in some ways more fucked up. Yeah, I was actually saying how, in certain ways, I find the original Scarface... is kind of more disturbing than the Brian De Palma one. And part of that just has to do with expectation. Like, I kind of expect De Palma to push the envelope with violence and stuff. And I think he made Scarface after he had already made Carrie. I'm not 100% sure if that's true, but... and it was the 80s, so, like, you know, even if the movie is remembered for how violent it is it really that shocking in, like a post-slasher genre world? Whereas the original Scarface is like, you know, you're looking at a movie from the 30s, and you don't expect to see lines of people getting machine-gunned down, but you do. It was also one of the earlier movies that I saw that used the X's for death motif. Woo! The original Scarface is hardcore as fuck, honestly. Which is worse, to be tricked into fucking a monster no longer in control of your mind, or to have your entire head stuck on a small fly to be eaten by a spider? That's a really good question. I'm gonna have to ruminate on that. Oh, to be turned into a fucking monster. I thought you said to be tricked into fucking a monster. My mistake. Oh, gosh. That's the one where he finds the snuff films in the attic. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't think I've ever seen Sinister. I don't think I've ever heard of Sinister, actually. Ah, shit. I might check it out. I feel like Halloween isn't over. I haven't finished all the Halloween candy that I got. I didn't go trick-or-treating or anything, but, because I went to work in costume, I was rewarded with a bag of candy. I didn't finish all of it yet. I still have a Kit Kat and a lollipop and a whole bunch of nerds. Alright, I'm gonna hang out in this room and wait for my key to freeze. I should keep it out of my inventory so it stays cold. Someone gonna get sugar high. Damn right. I always feel... Speaking of old-ass horror movies, and I know that this is not an accident, but Vulcan Raven's abandoned, blood-stained machine gun always makes me think of The Birds. Oh, good! Good, okay, the key is cold. Let's go. Let's run back and input that as quickly as we can. Oh, shit! I'm getting shot. I'm gonna go out and hang with some friends, but you need to do work for work at 8 p.m. Oh, man. I really hate it when life gets in the way of all the reasons I live. There we go. What bothers me about that room is I already destroyed all the fucking cameras in there, but that was before I saved. Before I saved and put the game away and came back, so it must have just put all that shit back. There was always that one kid who said you could pick up raves. Fucking... Dude, kids in the 90s would lie about fucking everything. I don't even know how many fucking video game lies I've heard throughout the years. And what sucked was that, like, you and I came of age during that time where you couldn't really double-check them. Because, you know, either the information to debunk it wasn't out on the internet, or internet access was just not fast and reliable enough for it to be worth checking that way. Oh, this fucking guy. Okay, hold on. Shit! There he goes. Alright. Please input the fucking key. Oh, fucking shit. PAL key? Please still be good. Okay. How to find the Triforce. Yeah, exactly. The sword. Fuck, that would have been cool. It would have been so cool.
Okay, there goes PAL code number 2. Next comes PAL number 3. Warm the key.
What sucks is, why don't you fucking save yourself some time and trouble and just shove it up your ass, Snake? Just shove it up your ass. Yeah, so funny story, because it was because of those kinds of rumors and lies that I did not believe that you could actually do pull-ups to increase your grip strength in Metal Gear Solid 2 for the longest time. Which, like, in hindsight, I feel really stupid about, because the grip gauge itself says, like, grip level 1. But I just... One, I didn't know how to do pull-ups on the controller. I didn't realize that you had to, like, actually hold L and R2 while waiting on the side in order to pull yourself up. It didn't even seem like anything that served a purpose in the game, so... back when Metal Gear Solid 2 was new, I heard people talking about doing pull-ups, and I just, like, didn't even bother with that shit, because I figured it was bullshit, and you could beat the game without it anyway. But it turned out that it was true. Spent a good 10 minutes trying to glitch through the floor in Otacon's office to get the ninja sword. God damn it. Kids are the worst, man. The internet has made that shit so easy to disprove. Kids these days will never understand how valuable the information at their fingertips is. The time it could save. The time and the tears. Okay, real quick, though. Did that destroy anything? Nope. Motherfucker. Alright, fine. I'll just do this. Oh, shut up. Okay. Good. All of you go away. Stop it. Nope, nope, you stop. Okay, that was too close. Fuck. But I can get him from over here, I think. Hey! Face the right way, Snake. Damn it. Bam. That's a lot of goddamn cameras. Use the vent glitch to skip the DARPA chief and go straight to the torture chamber. Wait, vent glitch? I never heard about this. That sounds awesome. Now people are lying about Jew lasers on the internet. No, you're right. Fuck. The internet's only a reliable source of information when it comes to video games. Everything else is just gonna fuck you. Oh, man. It's funny to me how the cameras, like, burst one at a time. Alright. Die! Why are you still alive? If you hug the right handrail on the bridge, the cams never see you. That's awesome. Let's go back to lying about how to see adult Zelda's titties. Oh, Christ. Yeah, or Lara Croft's. I feel like that's the biggest video game lie, is the Tomb Raider nude code. That was one of the most persistent ones. Everybody wanted to believe it was true as well. Die! Oh, good. Alright. Is he gonna turn? He might. I don't know. This is looking dangerous. Oh, cool! Damn, he spotted me from in front. It's one fucking major problem I have with this game. Between that and how to get the Triforce and Ocarina of Time. Yeah, you're right, you're right. I forgot about the Triforce one. I know you mentioned it earlier. I never gave that one particularly much thought because I was not really that into Zelda back in its day. Like, I first got into Ocarina of Time maybe like in 2001. So it was around the time I was playing this, honestly. Like this and Metal Gear Solid 2. But Ocarina of Time was not on my radar when it came out. I didn't have an N64 yet, and honestly, I didn't know too many people who did. And the ones I did weren't really interested in Zelda. They were more all about GoldenEye and Mario Kart. Y'all remember Hot Coffee, yeah? Oh, Lord. That's hilarious. Not graphically. Yeah, no, the whole game got pulled. It was a whole big rigmarole. I do remember that. These birds are fucking everywhere. What do you want?
Snake, it's about Naomi Hunter.
Then you should talk to the Colonel. He's looking into it.
Turn your monitor off.
Okay, it's off. No one else can hear us. Go ahead.
Sorry, but I didn't want the Colonel to hear.
Okay, so what's up?
I've got a good friend in the Pentagon.
Yeah?
He's the one who told me about it. It looks like the DIA recently developed a new type of assassination weapon.
An assassination weapon?
Snake, have you ever heard of something called Fox Dye?
No. Fox Dye. Liquid and the others were talking about it.
Yeah. It's some kind of virus that targets specific people. I don't know all the details, but... What are you trying to say?
It's too similar.
What is?
The cause of death. Didn't the Arms Tech president and the DARPA chief, I mean, Decoy Octopus, die of something that looked like a heart attack?
Yeah.
Well, apparently, Fox Die kills its victims by simulating a heart attack.
No. You're telling me that Naomi was behind it?
Snake, try to remember. Did Naomi give you some kind of injection?
Hey, Camille.
Nanomachines.
She was in the best position to have done it, but I don't know what her motive was.
Does the Colonel know?
I'm not sure. But he still hasn't questioned her.
Okay, I'll ask him myself. Colonel, what's new with the Naomi situation?
I just placed Naomi under arrest.
Arrest?
She was sending coded messages towards the Alaskan base. I didn't want to believe it, but she must be working with the terrorists.
Are you sure?
I'm afraid so. She's being interrogated now.
What kind of interrogation?
Well, I'd like to avoid the rough stuff, but we don't even have any sodium pentothal here.
Call me if you find out anything.
So it's true, isn't it?
Naomi, I can't believe it.
That means the Fox Die vaccine must be around somewhere.
Listen, I've got bigger things to worry about.
But Snake, you might be infected too, you know.
All I can do is leave it up to the Colonel.
Well, I'm glad you're dealing with it okay, Camille. Like, with enough time, that kind of thing just, like... Oh, come on! I didn't even get off the damn elevator and the stupid thing's already shooting at me. Like, in time, that kind of thing just, like... You just forget about that sort of thing. Always sucks when it happens, though. Always sucks when it happens. Where's the fucking... Okay. Thermal goggles. Going this way. Alright, Daniel, I'll see you around. Had to, like, lay down, set off a C4 nearby, and stand up while taking damage. Go into first person and move the view around to clip through the stacked boxes in Tower 2. That's, very confusing. Can't leave your best friend behind. Yeah. I do totally understand that. It's honestly not all that uncommon. Oh, I almost stepped on that fucking shit. It's really not all that uncommon for, like, friends to have the same crushes. Like, and I don't know. The reasons behind that kind of make a lot of sense. One being that everybody ends up knowing all the same people, and two, like, people make friends with people that are very similar to themselves. So if someone is your friend, they likely think like you in certain ways. They likely feel about things the way you do in certain ways. So it's really not all that unexpected that they might even like the same people. It's just... So being able to hold on to a friendship in the face of that is actually very, very mature. It's good. Took you longer to get those glitches to happen than it would have to just play the game in full. Don't you hate watching speedrunners pull that shit off in, like, a second? It's like, people do these things that save them time, and yet they're so difficult and precise, I don't know how the fuck. There's this one speedrun trick in Duke Nukem 3D that I have tried getting many, many times. I've gotten it before, but, like... If you don't get it perfectly, it fucks you up so bad. It's in the level, it's in the level right after Death Row. I can't remember what that level is called, but it's the one that has the conveyor belts in it, I don't think the level is Death Row. It's the one right after Death Row in Duke Nukem 3D. But you can, there's a level, there's a skip that happens in that level where you're supposed to use the red key card in order to open up a plate on a wall. And that plate has a launcher that fires shrink rays at you, right? The shrink ray hits you, you get small enough that you can crouch through these short little vents, and then you have to flip a switch that opens up another door in order to progress. Now, the way to get through that even faster is to jump up, and then when you land, the game makes you shorter for like a frame. So if you crouch at the precise frame that like you're shorter, not the frame that you land, but it's like a frame soon after that. If you crouch at exactly the right frame and you're close enough to the wall, you can actually go underneath the vent. You can go into that vent without having to go around and grab the red key card or get hit with the shrink ray. You can do all of that really fucking fast, but you have to be so fucking frame precise that I always waste more time trying to hit that skip than if I just avoided the skip altogether. Pisses me off. Counting scores for kickball with your friend, which she's a friend, so your best friend, your crush, finished a run. They touch her like in the hips. They told me they were dating, then boom, you drop. Okay. Gotcha. I see. I see. What's up, Marinior? Nice to have you back, man. Played this game for the first time when you were about 14 years old. Yeah, that's a really good age to get into Metal Gear Solid. That is a really good age to get into it. I'm trying to remember how old I was. I think I might have been 12 when I first played this game. Because I played it a little while after it came out. And my first times playing this game... Okay, so I just have to hang out in this room. My first times playing this game were with Edwin and Andy. And Pat knows these guys. And I can't remember this clearly, but I think I actually played Metal Gear Solid 2 first. But I remember the reason everybody was talking about Metal Gear Solid was because Metal Gear Solid 2 was going to be coming out soon. And I'm pretty sure... I don't remember clearly, but I'm like 80, maybe I'll go as low as 70% sure that I played Metal Gear Solid 2 before I played Metal Gear Solid. But I played Metal Gear Solid very shortly after playing Metal Gear Solid 2, if that's the case. Edwin is a tree. Yes, he is a tree. I am also a tree. You played this game at your French cousin's house. I see. Okay. I think that might have been the age you started Metal Gear Solid, as though with MGS2 first. Yeah. Metal Gear Solid 2 was like... It was such a huge deal when it came out. The thing that really, like, sticks with me when I think about, like, when Metal Gear Solid 2 came out was, like... The graphics were insanely good for the time, and they still are just hyper-detailed. Even if they don't seem as immediately realistic as they did on release, they're very, very detailed. And one thing that still holds up is the interactions in Metal Gear Solid 2. Like, the guards... the guards might still be nearsighted idiots, just like in this game, but the fact that you could hold them up, shake them down for supplies, punch them in the wang to knock them out. Oh, is that a fucking... A little fucking shithead. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna run. Fuck it. Go ahead and hit me, dick. There we go. the level of interactivity in Metal Gear Solid 2, specifically with your enemies, is still really impressive. MGS2 is the most accessible and easiest for you to get into a rhythm. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would say I feel the same way. As time has worn on, I remember really falling in love with Metal Gear Solid 3. And that Metal Gear Solid 3 took over my mind for years on end. But when I go back and revisit, I actually do think I enjoy Metal Gear Solid 2 more.
It's Naomi.
It's faster!
What the hell?
Metal Gear Solid 2 is much faster.
Right now. I'm on a different codec.
Naomi, is what the Colonel says true?
Yes. But not everything I said was a lie.
Who are you?
I don't know myself. I don't know my real name or even what my parents looked like. I bought all my identification. But my reason for getting into genetics was true.
Because you want to know yourself, right?
That's right. I want to know where I came from. My age, my race, anything.
Naomi.
I was found in Rhodesia sometime in the 80s. A dirty little orphan.
Rhodesia? What's now known as Zimbabwe?
Yes. Rhodesia was owned by England until 1965, and there were lots of Indian laborers around. That's probably where I got my skin color from, but I'm not even sure about that.
Naomi, you're too worried about the past. Isn't it enough to understand who you are now?
Understand who I am now? Why should I? No one else tries to understand me. I was alone for so long, until I met my big brother. And him.
Your big brother?
Yes. Frank Yeager.
What?
He was a young soldier when he picked me up near the Zambezi River. I was half dead from starvation, and he shared his rations with me. Yes, Frank Yeager. The man who you destroyed was my brother and my only family.
No. Gray Fox?
We survived that hell together, Frank and I. He protected me. He's my one connection. The only connection I have to my past.
And he brought you back to America?
No. I was in Mozambique when he came.
Who is he? You mean Big Boss?
Yes. He brought us to this land of freedom, this America. And then he and my brother went back to Africa to continue the war. And that's when it happened. You killed my benefactor and sent my brother home a cripple. I vowed revenge and joined Foxhound. I knew it was my best chance to meet you, and I prayed for the day that I would.
So, were your prayers answered?
Yes. I waited 2 long years.
To kill me? Is that all you cared about?
Yes. That's right. 2 years. You were all I thought about for 2 long years. Like some kind of twisted obsession.
Do you still hate me?
Not exactly. I was partly wrong about you.
What about Liquid and the others?
I'll have my revenge on them too.
Naomi, you didn't kill that doctor too, did you? The one that used Gray Fox for his genome experiments?
Dr. Clark? No. That was my brother. Afterwards, I covered it up and helped him hide out.
So that ninja, I mean Gray Fox, he's come here to kill me?
I don't think so. I think he just came here to fight you. I wasn't sure before, but now I think I understand. A final battle with you. That's all he lives for. I'm sure of it.
Fox? No. Naomi, tell me something.
About Fox Die? Fox Die is a type of retrovirus that targets and kills only specific people. First, it infects the macrophages in the victim's body. Fox Die contains smart enzymes created through protein engineering. They're programmed to respond to specific genetic patterns in the cells.
Those enzymes recognize the target's DNA?
Right. They respond by becoming active and using the macrophages. They begin creating TNF-epsilon.
Huh?
It's a type of cytokine, a peptide which causes cells to die. The TNF-epsilon is carried along the bloodstream to the heart, where they attach to the TNF receptors in the heart cells.
And then they cause a heart attack?
The heart cells suffer a shock and undergo an extreme apoptosis. Then, the victim dies.
Apoptosis? You mean the heart cells commit suicide? Naomi.
What?
You must have programmed that thing to kill me too, right? Do I still have time? Naomi, I don't blame you for wanting me dead, but I can't go yet. I still have a job to do.
Listen, Snake. I'm not the one who made the decision to use Fox Dye.
Huh? You weren't?
No. You were injected with Fox Dye as a part of this operation. I just wanted to let you know that. No, that's not the whole truth.
Huh?
The real thing I wanted to tell you was... Snake,
Hey, what are you doing?
Snake!
Naomi!
Snake, I can't allow Naomi to make any more unauthorized transmissions.
What?
Naomi's been removed from this operation.
What happened to Naomi? What did she mean when she said that Fox Dye was a part of this operation? Colonel, let me talk to her.
I won't. She's under arrest.
Colonel, you double-crossed me.
Snake, there's no time for that. Right now, your job is to stop Metal Gear. Okay, Snake?
Plus the fact that the environments in Metal Gear Solid 3 are humongous. I think it's funny how I got the hotkey first. Or sorry, I just got the hotkey last. And, I just spent all this time on this elevator. I would be really shocked if it doesn't cool down, but somehow it hasn't. 3 is very unique. So, I will say this. 4, Metal Gear Solid 4, I thought was a really good end to the series. They definitely didn't need to continue after that. I did not hate 5. I actually really enjoyed